Good evening, YouTube, do-it-yourselfers. So we're gonna attempt this again. Actually had the whole procedure recorded and lost that phone via a brake caliper actually. But yeah, I lost all the content on it. So it was a 3-part video. I had the whole thing of taking this off and putting it back on. What I do as far as torque specs, you can do what you like there, but just a brief overview of it. So this one's just going to be a 2-parter. So the quick, especially since I got the pan down, but I thought it'd be a great opportunity since the pan is down to show you first these magnets here. And we still got a little scrubbing to do on this one, but these are essential in a pan. Don't lose these, keep track of those. These collect the metal in the transmissions, hold them on there. But it's one of the reasons you want to change your fluids. After a while, these things get so much on them, they quit collecting. And the grayest sludge you'll find in your oil pans, it's normal. It's almost like a sludge. And especially these CVT transmissions, they're notorious for it. As far as draining, checking procedures, that's an M6 hex. I use these. That is the plug. This goes in first, screws in right here from the bottom. That's just hand tight. You're going to screw it all the way up hand tight, no wrench. But yeah, when you first pull this and you let it drain and it's done draining, well, it's not done. You pull this next. Alright. When you refill, especially on Toyota, but when you refill a CVT transmission, make sure it's CVT. And I've learned on these Toyotas, this is an O'Reilly brand, but it is CVT, constant variable transmission, and it lists Toyota on there. But, preferably you'd probably want to go with the Toyota brand. Here's a look under. Already got the new filter on. These are 10 millimeter. Again, it's like 8 foot-pounds. So, wrench tight with a finger. I mean, it's not very tight at all. Same with these. These are 10 millimeters. You can look up the torque specs. You're not going to find accurate torque specs unless you go through Toyota. But what I'll do is I'll start here. I'll leave these loose, but snug these, and I'll work my way out, but crisscrossing. So where you get a nice even torque. And if you're wondering where your fill plug is, you can take the wheel off. You can do it with a dome. It doesn't matter, but there's usually a plastic panel here. I just take it off, and there's the fill plug there. It'll have an FE on it on the Toyota CVTs. And if you'll notice, I'm on ramps, little extra support, and I don't think we're going to focus back there, but yeah, there we go. Jack's back there, and the reason for this, especially for the check procedure itself, it's got to be completely level. And there's a whole lot more to it than just putting the fluid in there and checking it. All right, I'll go through that full procedure in part 2, but needless to say, CVT transmissions, they're supposed to be sealed transmissions. There's nothing remotely sealed about these things. I mean, change your CV axle seal and you'll see that. But transmission fluid in general, but especially this stuff, expands when it's hot, contracts when it's cool. So if you check it too hot, you can let too much out of the check plug. And again, we'll go over that procedure in the next video. And if you check it cold and get nothing out of there, then you're adding some and you've got too much. So there's a certain temperature range on this Toyota. You might have to check your individual vehicles, but generally it's about the same. And we'll go over that in part 2. Thank y'all and have a great day.